How you doing? All right? You all right, you people? Yeah. My name is Johnny Doe, right? It's called Johnny Doe because it's a kind of a pun on Johnny Cash. Cash and Doe, the same thing over here as they are back home. Yeah, is that right? Well, I don't spell it like the bread dough. I spell it like just dough, D-O-E, right? And I'm a big country star, right? Real big country star. I've had a lot of hits in the States. And I tell you, I ain't done too much over here, you know. I don't have much of a fan base in Britain. But I'm popular in other parts of the world, you know. I'm massive in Malaysia, for instance. I'm huge in Hungary, and I'm real big down under, too, you know. When you get to my age and you can say you're still real big down under, that's quite a feat, isn't it? You know? You may be wondering what a big star like me is doing in a place like this, right? I should be in Las Vegas or something, in front of thousands of people, as you have done in the past, obviously, yeah. But I'm over here because this is where my ancestors come from. My folks come from here a long, long time ago. And just like the president, I come to discover my roots. I come to find out what goes on in the land of my forefathers, right? Learn about your culture and tell you a little bit about my culture. I'm from the southern part of the United States. The southern part, it's called the Deep South. I don't know why it's called the Deep South, but it's also called the Bible Belt. Really religious we are back then, and we kind of read the Bible morning, noon, and night, I want to tell you a little bit about the sayings we have. We got sayings in the States, in the southern part of the States, with different sayings you have anywhere else in the world, right? One of our most common sayings is, bless your heart. You heard of that one? Bless your heart. You can say anything about anybody as long as you follow it with bless your heart, right? I can say your wife is dumber than a doorknob. Bless her heart. I can say your dog is the most filthiest, mangiest, flea-ridden critter I've ever seen. Bless his heart. Do you like that? We got other sayings too. Some of them are real good. Some sound like they've been written by Shakespeare or something. Here's an example of one. He's as useless as a rubber-nosed woodpecker in a petrified forest. Is that just like Shakespeare would have written it? Is that right? The other thing we do in the South, we do a lot of pondering. In the heat of the summer, we go out on the porch, right? And we sit in the rocking chair. We might grab a guitar and do a bit of strum or something like that. And we think about the meanings of life, the mysteries of life. We think about things that nobody else gives a damn about, But to us, they're real important. And I'll give you an example of some of the things we think about. And this one is a real profound religious question. We need to know, did Adam and Eve have belly buttons? Have you ever thought about that one? And we got one. And Adam and Eve were the first two people on earth, right? The Bible says so it must be true. And they only had two children. And those two children were boys, Cain and Abel. So what I want to know is, how did they reproduce? Right? How do they make more little human beings? And it don't bear thinking about, really, do it? Don't bear thinking about. Another question I always ponder on is, if we evolved from the apes, why are the apes still here? Is that right? And talking about apes, do you remember Tarzan? Remember that? You young ones might not remember Tarzan, right? Why was Tarzan always clean shaven? Right? He was brought up by these hairy apes. He was called Tarzan of the Apes, wasn't he? It's not like he took a Gillette razor and a mirror with him into the jungle. Well, how the hell did he get, that clean shaven? Anyway, that's the kind of things we think about, right? Okay. Right, I'm going to tell you a story now. My friend back home, he went into a drugstore, right, with his 8-year-old son. And the son said, "Hey, Dad, what are these things here?" It was a display of condoms, right? He said, "What are these little shiny packets here? What are these for?" And the father said, "Oh, son, don't worry about it. You're too young to worry about that. You know, they're when you get a bit older, they're to make sure you have safe sex, right? You put them on your ding-a-ling, right?" And he said, "Oh, yeah." He said, "Well, I've heard about them in my health class in school." He said, "Dad, there's a pack of 3 here. Why is there a pack of 3? He said, "Well, they're for the older boys, son." He said, "They use one on a Friday, one on a Saturday, one on a Sunday, right?" And the little boy said, "Oh, Dad, I found a pack of 6 here. There's 6 in this pack." "Well, why is there 6 in this pack then?" He said, "Oh, well, they're for college guys, son. They use 2 on a Friday, 2 on a Saturday, 2 on a Sunday." And he went on again. He said, "Wow, golly gee, Dad, there's 12 in this pack. Why is there 12 in this pack?" He said, "Oh, that's a little bit different, son. They're for married men. There's one for January, one for February." Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Yes. Ain't that the truth? I told you I'm a singer, right? So I'm going to try and prove it to you now. I've had several big hits in the States. You may not have heard of them. Some of the songs had kind of funny titles to them. My big hits included "I Miss You Already and You're Not Even Gone." "There's a Little Box of Pine on the 729. A real sad song that was. "When it's springtime in Alaska, it's 40 below." And the other one, it's a real long title, this. The bridge washed out, I can't swim, and my baby's on the other side." Right? Is that a good song? I'm going to give you my biggest ever hit now. You may have heard of it. The day I was walking down the street, spied a beggar man with rags upon his feet. I took a penny from my pocket, stopped up in his tin can, I had to drop it, and I heard him say as I made my retreat, "May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. May an elephant caress you with his toes. May your wife be plagued with runners in her home. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose." Well, our laundry man is really on his toes. He found $100 bill among my clothes. When he called me, I came running. Gave him back his dime for phoning. And I heard him saying as I turned to go, "May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. May an elephant caress you with his toes. May your wife be plagued with runners in her home. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose." The only movement I do. I was way behind one day to catch a train. Taxi driver said, "We'll make it just the same." A speed cop made it with us, and as he wrote out the ticket, I stood by politely waiting for my change. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. May an elephant caress you with his toe. May your wife be plagued with runners in her home. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. All right, come again. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. May an elephant caress you with his toe. May your wife be plagued with runners in her home. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. I'm just about finished now. I hope you like my little spot. I'm just going to leave you with one thought, right, which you might want to dwell on. If my nose ran money, right, I'd blow it all on you. Is that nice? All right. Well, you've been a great audience. Thanks a lot.